Alright, we're here with our top 4 Edison tournament competitor, Elijah Barforth. What'd you play today?
I played Flamvels.
The Barforth deck?
Oh yeah, the Barforth deck.
Let's go.
Alright, so this is all the standard stuff. Three bricks, but they're tuners, so it's okay. And 3 fire basically Shura, but fire.
Yep.
This is like more of a stun. I'm playing more of a stun version than instead of the Lightsworn stuff because I didn't like milling random cards like traps because traps are really good. So these are just to trade for traps and stuff, and then these help you make the best extra deck monster. Thunder Kings, Kaiku. This is like stun stuff. You could play 3 Kaiku if you, or 3 of these if you want, but I wanted another dark monster, and this is just the one that I settled on for the day. Monk's one of the best cards in this deck. Sangan, you play it because you can search Monk, you can search Spy sometimes. You can search Gale with it. Gale's one of the best tuners besides the Flammable Magician, and then Gores because people just be lacking. They just get bodied by Gores.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. No one respects Gores.
3 upstarts. You're playing Monk, and then you just want your deck to be as consistent to drawing this card as possible. Because this card's obviously the best card in the deck, and it's basically just Soul Charge for newer players. 3 book. This is one of your best defensive cards because of Firedog. And it just helps break up plays against a lot of the decks that you play against. Heavy, Trunade, MST. You don't have to play Trunade, it's pretty good though. And you play Monk and stuff, so there's more justifiable.
Trunade also guarantees that dog's resolving.
That's true. These, because you're playing a bunch of tuners, so you can play the Mind Control in the main deck. Brain Control is just a staple that people play. I really like Bottomless in this format. I know a lot of people don't like this card in the main deck, but I mean, it's really only bad versus Fairies. I like it versus pretty much every other deck as long as you play it correctly. This is just Dust Shoot, and then these are just like staple traps that you play.
Yeah, all the broken one-ups, yeah.
Call. Starlight Road's retarded. I don't know why. I literally was like, this card's so bad, but this card resolves so often, it's crazy.
There's so many cards that just like will always pop 2 cards, right?
Yeah. Dust is another Speller Trap destruction, but I like Dust in general, especially because you're trying to push with Firedog. And then I'm playing a Compulse. Compulse is fine. I like it a little bit better than Deep Prison, but it's not that much better than Deep Prison.
Compulse is better because it trades with Brio better.
It trades with the synchro monsters in the main phase, which can be important. But
and it trades really well with Prio Dad, Darkroom.
Yeah, it does. It does. 2 Stardust. There's a second one in here. This is the only one I summon unless I Starlight Road. This is the ugly one. 2 Colossal. You just make this a lot more than people think you do because like you're trying to be honest, you're trying to be Clue and shit like that. So you just actually make this card a lot. 2 Dark End. This is literally the best card in the deck. You just get the Prio out something for free. That's why it's so important to play the dark monsters. Then your other 8s are
Broken Thought Ruler. Yeah.
Thought Ruler. He's good sometimes. This card's good sometimes. Your 7s. Arcanite's one of the best ones, but you can only make it when you have like Gale Spy, so it's like weird. But you don't really use anything other than the 8s that often, so it's situational. Ancient Fairy just lets you get Sangan's effect off sometimes to search Monk. It's really nice. Obviously Black Rose you play. Armor Master doesn't come up that often, but sometimes you want to make Armor Master with Gale. It's like the same situations that you would want Colossal Fighter, the situations that you can make this if you have Gale. You don't summon these at all because you don't really have good opportunities to summon these. Like maybe rarely if you like Mind Control level 2 or something. And then Chimera Tech because Cyber Dragon Bump.
Yep.
Side deck. 3D Prison is a good card. I just don't like it in the main deck because I feel like it's really easy to just get destroyed by having Deep Prison set. And Bottomless, I feel like I just really like answering people's summons in the main phase. It's good against a lot. There's decks that it's really good against, but like most of the decks that I like it against, I also like Bottomless against. And like drawing Bottomless for turn after your turn 1 that that your opponent put cards on the board is not as bad as people think it is. Bottomless still trades with like a whirlwind effect that they don't get to get, and it's just fine. Like your opponent's not gonna kill you that often after turn 1 if you draw Bottomless. It's just not happening that often.
Yeah. I feel like Prison is really broken against Glads and kind of mediocre against everyone.
Yeah, it's good. It's good against Fairies too, but Bottomless is like because Bottomless kind of sucks there because the only card you really get to use it on is Christia, but at that point they're getting a +1 off the Bottomless anyways, and then they can get it back with Alec, so it's like kind of bad. It's really only good to answer like plug 80 cards that they summon. Lightmare obviously for that same matchup. I'll explain these in a second. Juju, I like these better than Snowman Eater just because like it's mostly the same purpose except this card can attack sometimes. Another Dust because post-board games have more back row in them like Oppression and stuff like that. And you also want the second Dust for like Black Wings and stuff. Cyber Dragons are just like one of the best cards you can have. This card's good against, I like this card better than, it's like this or DD Crow, but I like this card better at applying pressure versus decks like Frogs and stuff than DD Crow, because like DD Crow's okay, but it's not the best. And this card also helps you like not get gorged and stuff if you hold it for game. And you can draw this into some established boards and just set it and it'll answer them. And then to Chalice, the reason Chalice is good is you're playing a monster deck that you want your monster effect to get off, and when you attack into shit like DD Warrior Lady and Raikou, he doesn't get his effect. So like in that matchup, this card just really a lot better in that matchup, because you just get to trade and get your a different card than your Firedog and get to get your Synchro out. And also you can use, I use this for Heroes as well, because Heroes monsters being 1900 is really a problem. And this being able to answer the Alias and the damage set means that they don't get to Gemini Spark it. Where like a D Prison, if I have a D Prison set with Firedog, they're just gonna trade 2 for 2. But with this, they're not going to. They're literally forced to trade this with Honest, or they just lose their guy. Which is, I just like it better in that spot than Crow. Same thing with like this and this. So it's like the same thing. But that's it. That's basically the deck. Bad goes.